everyone. Welcome back to the Ask Rebecca radio show. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope everyone had a really great week. We are officially in May, and tomorrow ends the retrograde shadow period of Mercury. So the first half of the month, you'll be feeling like getting things accomplished, and it's a great time for launches, making important decisions, and just getting things done overall. And all month, you could also feel restless or anxious. You could feel super talkative. Even if it's not like verbal communication, you'll just be more in the mood to communicate and socialize in some way. So maybe email, maybe, Facebook, whatever the case is. But you have the Gemini energies to thank for that. The middle of the month, Mars starts its retrograde shadow period. So some of you that are a little more sensitive will start feeling that summer fever kick in, and you won't feel like working or busying yourself with other things besides wanting to just relax, take time off, and go on vacation. You'll still be active and doing things, but the pace of things will slow down. So you'll just feel, like you just want to relax. You just kind of feel like you don't want to do anything, but obviously you're a responsible adult, so you're going to have to go and participate at work and things like that. Your focus will also shift more to family, friends, and home. And May feels to me to be a good month overall, with some upheavals and changes, or things coming up on the world stage surrounding money, financial institutions, technology, weather, science, space travel, aliens, and a number of other things that you could see this month pop up in the news. So let's get into tonight's predictions for this week, which run from tonight through to next Thursday, May 10th. These are general predictions for everyone in areas of work, love, finances, health, and spirituality. If you're interested in personalized monthly predictions or any other services that I offer, you can go to my website at AskRebecca.guru. So the general themes for this month or this week is the first one was love. So love is one of the themes. I feel more love coming into everyone's life this week. I feel everyone giving more love this week. The energy of love will be flowing all around. More people will be able to embody this love and allow it to transform their lives. And with transformation comes change. And I know that's difficult for some of you. So depending on what's happening in your life, you could experience love in multiple ways. I feel love in all sorts of relationships, maybe new babies and new pets, like new people and objects or things that are coming into your life that make you feel more loved and appreciated. Some of you will let your walls down a bit more and be open to allowing new people into your life, new jobs into your life. Whatever you can imagine being the embodiment of love is what will manifest. Now, it can be something as simple as, feeling whole and complete because you solved a difficult crossword puzzle. Love knows no bounds, and it shows up in multiple ways. So love is everywhere, and you're just going to have to see it and perceive it in order to feel it and express it. Love even exists within what you may deem as something negative happening. Now, this love energy will be clearing the path for you in order to give and receive more love. And this is a great week to take a close look at what you'd like to clear from your path. Maybe there's some unhealthy habits that you could get rid of. Maybe there's some fear blocks surrounding you in relationships or career or some, life in general, where you're feeling stuck and stagnant and have some blockages. Now, just bring awareness to yourself and welcome the energy of love into your life to help clear the way to bring in the highest possible outcome for you in that moment. Now, once you've cleared your path, or at least figured out what no longer serves you, what will you do with the fresh start, right? Some of you will feel, when this happens this week, some of you are going to feel intimidated and uncomfortable with the emptiness. And because of the emptiness, right, because it feels like you've just lost something has left you, and there's this void, and that void can feel uncomfortable, which then can create like an anxiousness or a nervousness. And that nervousness could have you rushing to fill the void. like going on a power shopping spree to fill the emptiness with material items, just to feel something, to get something. Now, some of you will quickly invite the negative that you just cleared out of your life back into your life. So if you catch yourself feeling empty, feeling nervous or uncomfortable, just be with it for a week. It will pass. It's almost like a withdrawal from bad habits. Like you just go through a phase of withdrawing from it, even if you can't tangibly tell what it is that you cleared or released. So you'll get through it. Take your time to think about what it is you want for yourself. And then there will be the others on the other side of the spectrum, where those of you who won't feel the emptiness, and instead you're going to be feeling inspired, and you're going to just feel motivated, and you're going to just let things come into your life naturally and within its own right timing. So basically what's kind of happening is you're getting a blank canvas this week. So there's some stuff that's going to be leaving you. Now you have this beautiful blank canvas, and what are you going to do with it, right? Are you going to freak out and throw a bunch of paint on it? That doesn't make any sense. You don't know what it is. Or are you going to put thought and energy and make choices? So it's all of that kind of thing that will be happening. Now, this week, many of you could also feel disconnected from your lives in some way. You're wanting a change, you're wanting a new beginning, you're wanting love. Deep down, you just know something within you has changed, and so you want that to reflect on the outside of your life as well. So this just means fresh new energies are coming into your life, and new cycles are beginning for you. So this week, many of you are going to become aware of your own intuition as well. Pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to your dreams. You'll have an inner knowing of things. You'll just understand things. You'll also see synchronicities that will play out in your life, confirming for you that you're on the right path and that you're headed in the right direction. That can come through moments of feeling deja vu. It could come through number sequences. You look at the clock, it says 11:11, or any other kind of synchronicities, or maybe there was somebody that you saw in passing like a couple of weeks ago, and you really wanted to meet this person, and then the next thing you know, you accidentally bump into them on the street. It's that sort of thing. Now, with all of this energy too, there's also a strong sexual energy that is playing out here. So that energy is going to make you more attractive to others and vice versa. Now, there's also the chance that you'll be attracted to someone very intensely who you'd want to be with or have a relationship with in some way, but you can't. It just isn't meant to be, or it's just, or the person doesn't reciprocate it. It's just not meant to be. So maybe you'll be attracted to someone who's emotionally unavailable, or a celebrity, or some other idealized fantasy. Now, this week with the energy, you could also misperceive something as positive when in fact it is negative. So be careful about illusions. This could also show up in the form of magic and magicians, or the proverbial devil in disguise. Some of you could end up trusting someone who is untrustworthy. And if you question it and aren't sure, trust your gut. Listen to your intuition, because it's going to be strong this week. And don't fall for scams or get rich schemes either. It's going to be important for you to pay attention to what you're thinking and feeling. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to get you to pay attention. Be aware of yourself, be aware of others, know what you're feeling, know what you're thinking, know where you are. Like, get in touch with yourself. Don't blindly just follow people, and trust yourself first and foremost. Work, for those of you employed, some of you could see pay raises this week. Some of you could catch a break and not have to work on a tedious project, or like something that you really hate to do at your job and you just dread doing it. I feel like you're going to luck out this week, and maybe there's a new hire that's going to end up doing it, or somehow you get out of doing it. And I just feel like some of you are also going to see changes in policies and procedures that make your life a little bit easier. And I just feel overall, most everyone will have less stress at work this week. Now, those of you who have been considering changing jobs, I just feel like you need to keep your ears and eyes open. And this kind of falls in line with the whole synchronicity thing. I just feel like information is going to come to you where you're going to either have an aha moment of what it is that you want to do, or you make a connection with someone that can lead you to a new job. Either way, I just feel like there's opportunities that you could potentially see. I also feel like some of you will get caught up in gossip. Do your best not to. If you engage in gossip, you'll be the one that's gossiped about next. And then some of you will be the ones that are gossiped about. Just ignore it. Don't engage in it. Don't worry about it. It's just a projection of other people's junk, and it doesn't matter, okay? And lastly, I do feel like some of you will end up having some major misunderstandings at work. Maybe it could kind of cause an argument or strong verbal disagreement. Whatever it is, just keep your cool. Try not to engage too intensely, too emotionally about it. Work, for those of you looking for a job, some of you, I feel like you're going to land interviews this week. And I feel like it's important for you to think from the hiring person's perspective. So maybe when you're in the interview, you can basically focus on their body language, the way that they're communicating with you, the sort of questions that they're asking. And if you can kind of sit back and really engage and listen, I do feel like you can nail the interview and you'll get hired. So just, again, pay attention. It's all about awareness and paying attention. And, again, maybe mimic how this person is interacting with you, meet them at their level. And I feel like then you're going to be successful in it. The rest of you, I just kind of feel like things are slow and you're not really, getting any leads or doing anything. Maybe you're just applying places and searching. Love, committed relationships. I do feel like it could be a magical time this week in relationships. It's the whole lovers in love thing, so enjoy it. Those of you having difficulties in your relationship, well, the possibility exists that you'll be confronting the fact that you may be in a relationship with someone who you are incompatible with. And it could be a make or break situation for you this week. But I wouldn't get too upset about it. If it's a make situation, awesome. You guys are working through it. You're more connected. That magical lovey-dovey stuff is going to take over. If you break up, well, you know what? It's probably for the best because you've been miserable a long time. Those of you looking for love, again, it's a magical type of love week for you guys too. So I just feel like you're going to be on fire. You're feeling good. You're looking good. People are attracted to you. You're attracted to people. I mean, it almost just feels like people are just throwing themselves at you. I do feel like, be careful though, because of this energy, you're going to be attracting like all sorts of people. So you could be attracting some really, really good catches, but then you can also be attracting some really, really bad catches. And this week it will be difficult to tell which one is which because we've got this whole illusion thing going on. So take your time to get to know someone. I'm not telling you this to automatically reject people. I'm telling you this to just be aware and be cautious and truly get to know someone before you dive in head first. Now, I also feel like some of you ladies out there will be in vixen mode because, again, there's this sexual undertone to this energy. And I just feel like be careful how you use your powers of femininity this week. Some of you will be tempted to use your sexuality to convince, overpower, or lure someone who is in a relationship, possibly married, or you're using it to gain something, to get something. Just be careful with that, right? Use your powers for good. And just remember, what goes around comes around, okay? You do not want to create this karmic cycle for yourself because the next thing you know, flash forward 3 years, you're madly, deeply in love, and then karma comes and gets you when somebody does the same thing to you, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, those of you who only date women, there is a strong possibility this week that you're going to be interested in a woman who is distant and unapproachable. So don't delude yourself into believing that you can change her because you won't. Now, you'll just be chasing the unattainable. Now, again, by all means, give her a shot, but after a couple of weeks of dating and she hasn't changed, then okay, this is not going to change for the better, and walk away instead of getting sucked into a relationship that ultimately you're going to be unhappy in. Now, there will also be a few cases of no matter what sex you date, you'll be attracted to someone who tells you they're not looking for a commitment right now, or they suck at relationships, or any other kind of excuse or something that they say about relationships, like maybe they're afraid of relationships or they've had bad relationships. Whatever it is, trust what this person tells you. Because again, this is someone that you won't be able to fix, change, or do any of that, because that's not your job. That's that person's job. So again, by all means, you feel free to go for it, give it a chance, go out on a couple of dates. But just again, be aware, if things are not going to change or you're incompatible, then don't waste your time and let that person heal themselves. It's not your job. Finances. This week, I just feel like all may not be what it seems around finances. Someone may be dishonest about finances with you. Don't give your finances, or don't give your financial information out to anyone. Like, I just feel like that's going to be really important this week, where you're safeguarding. I also feel like it's going to be important to pay attention when you're at like the gas pumps. I feel like there could be, people that are trying to get your financial information, where there's the skimmers or the, whatever you call those, where they can basically swipe your card and then next thing you know, they have all your information and they're going on a shopping spree. So I just feel like that's important this week for you to definitely safeguard your personal information. I also feel like some of you need to check your finances. Even if you have an accountant or you have someone that you trust that's been, taking care of your finances for years, I just feel like you need to do a once over, double check. I just feel like there could be mistakes. And, sometimes other people go through things. And again, there's this energy of possibly taking financial information. So do with that information what you will, but I feel like just be cautious. Health, some of you may feel physically off and may have been for a while. I feel like some of you may even feel like your doctor isn't figuring out what's going on. I feel like you need a second opinion, a third one if necessary. Some of you, I feel like, are questioning procedures, or maybe your doctor recommended having some sort of surgery and it's something that isn't resonating with you, where you're not feeling comfortable with it. I do feel like it's very important for you to discuss that with the doctor. I also feel, for peace of mind, do your own research on this procedure. I also feel get multiple opinions, right? You don't have to just trust the first one. Trust yourself and what you're feeling. If it doesn't resonate with you and you're really afraid about this, I feel like you need to just express it and do some research. Now, there's also a feeling that some of you have been prescribed medication or using alternative type modalities that may not be right for you. So some of that could be connected to this as well. And then I feel like some of you have aches and pains that are connected to your emotional body, and that is what's causing some physical ailments. Again, do some research and educate yourself. Spirituality, I feel like, again, the synchronicities, the energy, love is there, spirituality, spirit is there. And I just feel like you could be getting messages from spirit through multiple avenues, from, people, places, songs, situations. Telepathically, you'll hear it in your head. It'll sound like your voice, but it's not you. Again, just pay attention to these things this week. And I also feel like for a lot of you, it's going to come through the dream state. Now, some of you may be struggling with a religion or spirituality, or confusing the two as the same thing. They are, but they aren't. It just really depends on who is facilitating the information. I do feel like, it's important to educate yourself about these things. It's a great week to move out of your comfort zone and speak to others about their spiritual or religious beliefs. Knowledge is power. Learn. It will enrich your life. I do feel like be cautious of forceful people who try to get you involved in new organizations, especially ones that require you to pay to belong. You don't need a big organization to learn or to open yourself up more. You can do it on your own. You are part of creation itself. You are a part of the whole. Everything exists within you. Journey inward. Get to know yourself. That's the start to tapping into the truth of your existence. Now, it's a process, but one that needs to begin sooner rather than later. So basically, that covers this week's predictions. So let's get on to tonight's caller, and let me multitask here. Tonight, I have Catherine in Ottawa, Kansas. How are you, Catherine?
I'm good.
How can I help you this evening?
I was hoping to hear from a loved one.
Okay. Is there anybody specific that you want to try to connect with?
Yeah, my dad.
Okay. What's your dad's name?
His name's Russell.
Russell? Okay. Was he tall and brown hair?
Yes.
Okay. And when I say tall, I mean, I feel like he was at least 6 feet or taller.
Yes.
Okay. I would consider, I just want to make sure I have the right person. I want to consider, the way I'm seeing him younger. I see him younger. I would say in his 30s. And I feel like he's tall and he's kind of slender, not skinny, but I would consider him lean. He doesn't feel overweight or anything like that. He feels kind of muscular and lean, maybe a little bit of a belly or, would that describe him at that age? Do you know?
Yeah, that would.
Okay. All right. Was he a smoker?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I think I got the right person. Is there anything special you want to ask him? I'm going to see if he's going to give me some more information. He's kind of just showing himself to me. Let me see. Okay. I don't feel like he's kind of making me feel like I don't necessarily know that the smoking is what caused him to pass over, but he's making me feel like it contributed to him passing. His lifestyle helped contribute to maybe some of the physical stuff that he, I feel like he had stuff going on from his stomach up through the middle part of his body, his torso.
Yes, he passed away from lung cancer.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's why he's making the connection of the smoking. But there's a part of him that's a little bit still in denial about it. He's like, yeah, it contributed, but I don't know that it killed me. He feels like he's got a pretty good sense of humor.
He does.
Yeah, he's kind of funny. So he's, he doesn't necessarily have regrets, but he's wishing that he would have taken better care of himself. Because he's showing me kind of cigarette, beer. He didn't really, that wasn't the he was living is what he's telling me. But was he also active? Did he like to fish and hunt or?
Yeah, he loved riding motorcycles, and he was a sighting applicator. He was active a lot.
Okay, yeah, I just feel like he's doing all kinds of stuff. Do you have a sister?
Yes.
Okay, so he's kind of showing me he played, he's saying he played with his girls, my little girls. I feel like he was pretty active in your life. I don't feel like he was absent or emotionally unavailable. He's making me feel like he did stuff with you guys. He, throw you on the motorcycle, teach you how to fish, and kind of be a tomboy.
Yeah, my sister, actually, she's a really big tomboy when she was younger. So that makes sense.
Okay, yeah. So he's yeah. He's saying Shoe's my little buddy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So he's making me feel like what he's saying about you is like you were the responsible one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like you were very. He's making me feel like showing you really pretty in a dress and super cute. And I feel like you sang and danced and like you were super cute. I see her more in like jeans and. You were very similar in nature, but kind of opposites as well.
Yes.
Yeah, he's making me feel like you were more like mom and she was more like him. But he just absolutely adores the two of you so much. I only have 90 seconds left, but he's saying something about your mom. Does she have, I don't know, does she like still have pictures and stuff of him somewhere? I feel like he hangs out and looks at pictures in the house.
Yeah, she actually has pictures next to her at all times of him.
Okay, yeah, because he's like, he hangs out there and he like looks at pictures of, all of you, like the family, him, and he just misses all of you dearly. He's around all the time. He's telling me that he's working on giving you signs. I feel like some of it will be through smell, and I feel like maybe like butterflies or some sort of animal or something. He's going to be in touch with you. He said all of you, you, your sister, your mom, and I feel a male energy too. But I only have 30 seconds. I have to go. Thank you so much for calling in. And thank you everybody else for tuning in. I will see you next week. Good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.